Islamic finance, or there is no difference between these two. But when you talk about SRI and conventional investment, there's a study by 2050, Ravelli and Vivani concluded in the meta-analysis, corporate social responsibility is neither a strength nor a weakness stock market performance. We have SRI and Islamic investment. Abdus Salam, both Islamic SRI funds exhibit performance persistence. Efficiency of socially responsible investment funds is slightly better than Islamic funds. And I have a piece 2017, Islamic mutual funds perform better than SRI, which in turn perform conventional counterparts. So there are also other empirical paper. So what we did recently, I'm working on a couple of papers with a group of Italian scholars. So assessing the impact of combined ESG and Sharia screening on market risk and cost of capital of non-financial firms. So do we have a paper in 2020 as ESG scores increase, the risk mitigating effect is stronger for Sharia compliant firms than for conventional ones, leading to a lower level of financial market risk for firms highly committed to CSR. And the second paper achieves higher ESG score, provides benefits to firms in terms of the cost of equity and risk in highly Sharia concentrated emerging markets. So the main takeaway message of this empirical exercise is that combining Sharia and ESG criteria improves the financial performance of the banking industry and non-banking industry as well. That means they cater more to the environmental needs. So this paper that I'm talking about, there's a huge world database. We sort of take data from 4,624 non-financial firms with the ESG score from different sources. We try to break the data into different regions. So you need to do some empirical work. This is our tool as an economist. So you have the market risk on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have
about
different
1
types
minute
of
left.
variables. So what is the result of these things? I just want to show you one table. If you look at the interaction between ESG and Sharia, it shows that it reduces the risk, it reduces idiosyncratic risk and systematic risk as well. When you try to granularize this ESG, and if you take the environment itself and we interact with Sharia, it also shows a very stronger performance. That means better performance for this institution, those are engaged into this kind of activities. So there are more similarities than differences between SR and Islamic investment. Islamic investments provide better and risk-adjusted performance during crisis. Both Islamic and sustainable investment can provide portfolio diversification benefits. So is there a convergence? Yes. Dow Jones Market Sustainability Index, Sharia investor can reconsider also social and environmental aspects since SRI started by religious groups. So final thing, how do we align those objectives with the Sharia or the goal of Sharia that is good for all humanity? You have to adopt Maqasid of Sharia approach in endorsing Islamic finance products. You have to align Islamic finance with SDG, align Islamic finance with circular economy, align Islamic finance with impact investing, align Islamic finance with ethics, and align Islamic finance with value-based intermediation.
Excuse me,
So
your
the final
time is up,
slide,
sir.
beyond financial stability and building a safe and sound financial system lies forms of the finance that have longer term orientation, which focus on sustainability and reinforced by ethics. Therefore, they provide the foundation to achieve the aspired economic advancement and development and keeping the environment in balance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So definitely food for thought in terms of thinking about how these different frames of thinking about finance might intersect and have similar goals. Let me see if we have any questions from the audience. So a question coming from Ahmed Badruzman: what makes Islamic finance do better in sustainability indices? So I guess that's also getting at a question I had as well, as what is potentially the causal mechanism behind this?
The causal mechanism is that in Islamic finance, there are two types of filter. We talk about this Maqasid of Sharia, we talk about protection of life, religion, progeny, wealth. And so these are the basic human values. It's regardless, it may come from Islam as a religion, but this is permeates in every religious tradition. So now Islamic finance has something that you really, for example, if we talk about the financial filter, there is no riba. And there has been tons of studies done that interest creates inequity, creates division within the society. So in Islamic financial product that you create, it does not involve riba. So it is more or like partnership type of financing. You share risk and return together, and you cannot, you are not supposed to invest into activities or promote any activities that individual harm and also harm the society. We talk about weapons, we talk about the activities, alcohol in a sense, it comes from the religious road. But you talk about environmental degradation. So whenever a company, a bank wants to provide financing to a project, it must look into the environmental impact of this project before it gives the financing. And in Bangladesh, either way, we talk about Sundarban, the project, the coal mine. I mean, I'm sure that their banks are involved into financing this thing. And the banks must look at whether they should give financing to these activities. And that will be a deterrent from the financial aspect as well. So that's why the Islamic finance brought the environmental sustainability goal into picture. And that helps promote the environmental, protecting the environment for the future generation.
Thank you so much for this perspective and outlining kind of what this overlap is. Do we have any other questions from folks in the audience before I actually noticed that we actually only have 1 minute left in our session here. So if you wouldn't mind stopping sharing your screen for now. And we're going to wrap up. I just wanted to say a couple of comments in closing. I see a few folks have put their email addresses, and a couple of folks also asked if there was a full paper that we could see for Dr. Muhammad Kabir Hassan. So if you are asking for that access of the paper, maybe you can share your contact information there. I'm sorry we won't have a chance to get to all of the questions, but what I did want to do is thank again all of our speakers for sharing their work with us. And really highlight that the intersecting themes in this panel here, looking both at economics and civil society, give us a sense of all of the different ways that we can broaden both our scope if we're looking at something like Islamic finance and thinking about how that can intersect with environmental movements, but also think about different ways that we can engage citizens, whether that's looking at the local and global, as Kamral Hassan Khan emphasized for us, or whether that means engaging young people in a variety of different ways that Dilruba Shahana outlined for us, and looking at citizen engagement similarly as Mahmoud Farouk reminded us. And I think finally also thinking about ways in which different pandemics like the COVID-19 pandemic that our paper from Sri Lanka focused on, how health and the environment will continue to intersect. All of these are so important to consider. So I won't keep any more of your time. We're right on time here, but these are just all really important issues to consider. I personally have to run up to another session, but thank you all for joining. Let's continue these conversations, connect through the BAPA Facebook group, the BEN Facebook group, and I look forward to seeing you all in our many other sessions as well. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the session is closed. We have another panel analysis session from 10:30. It's another link. So I request all audience to join the another meetings by using the another ID password. Thank you, everyone. We are going to close this meeting now.